Jill with Angel Creations. I am doing my first overhead craft with the voiceover. The supplies you're going to need today are embellishments of your choice and 3 different colored leaves. This is long chalkboard with the hollow pumpkin at the top, or any long board, seasonal board from the Dollar Tree will do. And this tub or shower bath mat, it's a plastic mat and I've cut it in half. I'm going to put some parchment paper down just to protect my already very stained work surface. So what we're trying to accomplish here is making this bath or tub mat to look like some metal you would find on the farm, and we're going to do that using ink by Waverly Chalk Paint. And you don't have to do the whole thing, but you do have to do a good coverage or a good once over, but you don't have to be perfect about it, but definitely go in circular motions so that you can get around all those textured circles. Next, I'm going to alternate between Elephant Gray and Pewter Gray by Apple Barrel. And I'm just dripping it all over my work surface. And there really is no rhyme or reason. We are just going to take our brush and keep stippling our colors and layers on until we get the desired effect, which is galvanized metal. Just keep stippling away. And you can see I'm not doing the outside edges of the bath or tub mat because that's going to wrap around the back of our project, so no need to waste paint there unless you choose to. I didn't choose to. You're not going to see it, and I didn't want to spend time doing it. Excuse me. So you're just layering the colors until you get your desired effect. Now I'm going to use my heat gun and give this a good drying. You definitely want to try to dry in between the layers. And I love this heat gun. It is easy to hold, and if I remember, I will try to link the Amazon link to this in the description box below. It's like $12 or $13. It's the best tool. I have several of them in my craft room. Cuts the drying time in half. I also use it on my tumblers. So now I'm going to use some white chalk paint by Waverly. And I want to dry brush this white on. It's going to be my last layer. So I just need a little dab will do you, and I'm going to get that out with a craft stick because I don't want to contaminate my white paint. So I'll just put a little on the side, and then dry brushing is when you pick up a little bit of that paint with your paintbrush and then tap 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 most of it off of your paintbrush until it's practically dry, and then you go ahead and you paint your surface. So I'm dry brushing that on right now, and like I said, there's no right or wrong. If you think you put too much white, go back with some gray. If you think there's too much gray, go back with some black. You just keep on stippling with your brush until you get the effect of galvanized metal. When you think it looks like galvanized metal, you're done. Sorry, this is probably shaking the camera. I'm still learning. So I think we're done here. This looks like galvanized metal to me. Let's see. Let's pick it up. Yeah, I think so. Oh, look at the cool design it left behind. That's cool. I think that's good. Let's give it a little bit more drying time, and then we'll put that on our board. Okay, so now it's all dry, and we're going to glue the bottom. I'm going to center it. See how there's an arc? I'm going to put the highest circle in the center, and then I'm going to glue the bottom only. I am going to protect my fingers, and I think you should too. It's very, very hot. Just put as much glue as you think you're going to need. And I am only using the one glue, but if you want this to be outside, I would suggest you also add E6000 to your project here. And then whatever's squeezed out, you just clean that up as you go along. You can rub that right off. So now that that is all glued to the front, I'm going to flip it over and start gluing down the sides. Make sure to protect your fingers. As much glue as I am using a lot. I don't know how much the measurement would be, but as much glue as you think it's going. You'll get the feel for the materials that you're using. This is pretty lightweight, but it's one of those materials that feels like it needs a heat ton of hot glue. And like I said, if this project is going to be outside for you, I would add another kind of adhesive also. But because the hot glue is quick, I am choosing the hot glue, and then I will use some clips from the Dollar Tree to help me hold down where it's hot. Helps me not burn myself all the more. Plus I can go on to the opposite side while this is holding and work on the other side. I love these clips. I use them all day in my craft room. Now that the other side is glued and I have not taken those clips off yet, I decided to take a zip tie, or a couple of zip ties actually, and zip tie the bath mat into itself in a couple of spots so that when I do take those clips off, if it isn't completely, I broke a nail, obviously crafting is hard on the nails, but I just want that to stay in place when I take these off. And there you have it. Now we have a pocket that looks like galvanized metal. Now this part gets really messy. I keep my Spanish moss in an old baby wipe container, and it cuts down on some of the mess, but it is still messy. And I'm just shoving some of that down in the pocket using my wooden ruler. And I'm trying to go as far down as I can. And you are going to just keep basically putting as much moss as can comfortably fit down as far as you can at the bottom. And a ruler or a dowel or anything long, you can just basically pull it out and push it down inside. And we're just doing that so that the stems of our leaves don't show through our galvanized metal. I don't know why my camera keeps stopping there. Now we are going to take our leaves and we're going to start by cutting some of them off their sticks. The reason we're cutting some of them off is it's just easier to place. I don't even need to glue these in place. I'm just going to be placing my sticks in, and you might need to fluff them up a little bit. You know, they do get kind of mushed up in the store and in packaging and traveling, but I like to cut them off in the beginning, at least to fill around the front lower part of my little galvanized piece of metal there. And you're just going to alternate with your colors. I basically have some reds and browns on one twig, and then some yellows, and then I have another bunch with orange. I thought those were pretty fall colors and they looked the most natural to me. So I'm just cutting off a few to put in the beginning in the front. There we go. And you're going to fluff this up later. Now I'm taking an orange twig and sticking that in. I'm not the best at floral arranging, so do your best just to keep alternating colors and fluffing as you go. Now I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to leave it together, and I'm going to put that in the way back of my little arrangement. And I want that to stick up higher, and I'm sorry I'm off camera a little bit. This is my first overhead. Here goes the orange in the top onto one of the sides. But this is my first overhead project in a voiceover, and now we're taking what's left of the yellow and we're putting that in the other side. And I'm sorry, you'll get a much better view of this in a moment. Now, I was going to use my embellishment for the top where the hollow pumpkin is, but I decided it would look better down on the front. I liked it better on the front because I thought that looked like a galvanized metal basket. And I just thought I would put my embellishment down on that and keep the hollow pumpkin hollow. So I've just put a bunch of glue on that. And there you have it. I think that this came out so cute. You can fluff it up. You can add acorns. It's a great time to give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the bell. And I'm so glad that everybody was watching. Thank you so much. Here's a close-up. And let me know what you think of this in the comments. I'd love to know what you think of turning a bath mat from Dollar Tree into galvanized metal. My first time doing this overhead. Tell me how you liked it. I hope it came out good, and I'm going to show you how this came out now. I love how this came out. I am so happy with it. We kept the hollow pumpkin hollow and changed my mind and put this down here, and look how adorable. Does that look like metal, all galvanized up? I think that is a beautiful fall decor, if I do say so myself. tell me what you think of this in the comments below. I love every one of you. Until next time I see you, be well, wear your mask, and thanks for watching. Bye now.